Today is Tuesday, March the 10th, 2020, the chime of the Vision. The time being, I believe, 4:30 a.m. Me and some of my homies from Chicago and Wisconsin, they coming to take a tour here in Charleston, Missouri, to see what's really going on in Charleston. All of us concluded that Charleston is, without a doubt or contradiction, the good old boy system. In a little while, we'll be heading onto a bridge that separates Illinois from the state of Missouri. When we get up here a little bit, we'll probably be able to see how far away we are. But I just want to let people see a few things in Charleston, Missouri that they don't already know. You know, some may know and some may not know. We now entering the bridge of the separation of the state of Illinois to the state of Missouri. That's the Mississippi River out there. You see the light out there, a barge or something like that. I done had many a threats. Let's see, did we come up to the sign yet? Oh, here it is. It's coming up now. And you see the sign saying State Line, Missouri. Now we entered the state of Missouri. In this particular state, I've been here going on 25 years. 24, somewhere around there. And now I'm finna show some of the activists from Chicago. Brother Ray Richards, I appreciate you in helping me spread the latest thing that had happened to my daughter in the Family Dollar store in Charleston, Missouri. Store number 9411 at 601 Main Street in Charleston, Missouri. Thank you for sharing what some of the Charleston, Missouri Police Department is doing to me and my family. But I'm gonna give y'all a tour of what we call the good old boy system. And you will see it in a little bit. All right, I want y'all to notice right now, speaking to all of my activist brothers and sisters, those that's with us and those that's watching all around the world. You see this sign that say City Limits Charleston. Don't get it mixed up with Charleston, South Carolina, or nowhere else. This is Charleston, Missouri, the southeast Missouri. They call it the Boot Heel. It's one of the most prejudiced places that that I ever been in my life. You got the exit here saying Charleston Wyatt. When you're coming from the Windy City, Charleston, or you coming south from Arkansas and any other places, you be real careful. Now the NAACP in Missouri put a warning when you come through the state of Missouri, but the National Conference president was here in Charleston, Missouri in October of 2018 and didn't seem like to be concerned about the racism here in Charleston, Missouri. I met him personally in St. Louis, 2017, when we was protesting the execution of Marcellus Williams, who they put a halt on it. But he came down here with the NAACP president pass. You see where we're getting off this exit 12 if you're coming from up north to get to Charleston, Missouri. Be careful when you come in here. It's ran by a good old boy system. And I'm going to take you around to a few of the places. of the good old boy system. Now, if you're coming from south, it'll be the first exit would be exit 10, saying Charleston, Missouri, East Prairie. But you be careful when you come up in this town. If no matter what your nationality is, if you're not for corruption, you see what I'm saying? If you're not for cover up wrong, then if you're not gonna stand up, you need to go ahead and exit out. But we coming in now to the good old boy system, y'all. Blacks and whites is a part of it. I'm gonna take y'all to a few of the places in a minute. All right, I'm in the downtown area of Charleston, Missouri now. I hope the rest of y'all recording so you can take it back up north. So far, last time y'all was down here, we were stopped by the police for no reason at all. They thought my tags was 2017, but they 2020. I want you to look at this building here. This is the Mississippi County Courthouse. It's part of the good old boy system. Down here, right down the street here, this is the back of the police department, Charleston, Missouri Police Department. Good old boy system. You know, when I say good old boy system, y'all seen some of the cases that they had as far as with me being unjustly charged. We're gonna go around the corner and show a little bit more of the good old boy system. You got to remember, there's only one black police on the Charleston, Missouri Police Department. There's the firehouse there. It was built. This carport was built to protect the cars from the snow, they say, or the winter. But you know, in major cities, they don't have it. Here's the back of the police station. We got all this stuff remodeled. I think it was $800,000 to remodel that police station. But you can't use some of that $800,000 to find a black police officer, male or female. Now, the reason why I call it the good old boy system, if you've seen before on some of my YouTube videos where I'm being attacked or individuals coming by my home and disturbing me and my children's peace, harassing us, and you see what the police and his supervisor did, but yet don't no police, no sheriffs, no law enforcement official, period, check wrong. But y'all see how it is. I want you to see here, this is the sheriff department here. Also the what they call the Mississippi County Detention Center. The detention center is just like in Chicago, to what they call the Cook County Jail. But this is the detention center here. And inside of this detention center in May of 2017, a 28-year-old black mentally ill man who shouldn't have been in here, the Charleston Police Department, the good old boy system, brought him here, and he told him he had mental issues. But the good old boy system took him to the detention center, where he ended up dying because the former sheriff, some of the former sheriff deputies, and some of the Charleston, Missouri police officers went in his cell, macing him, tasing him, and he died. The only one that they put, that's on the other side of the detention center, the only one that they put on the news was the former sheriff, Corey Hutchins. And they didn't mention none of the Charleston, Missouri police officers or none of the other individuals that took a part in that, and nobody got charged with murder. Good old boy system. I'm gonna show you some more in a minute. Now, I want you to watch this here fence, which before, when there was G&H in this area, just watch this fence. It's almost like a penitentiary. Take a good look at this fence. It's almost like a penitentiary. Now see, once upon a time, this building here was called G&H Furnishing Company. A few years back, they gave it to, you see what this is, the Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center. You see them security things, how the metal things is shut down, you know, as if somebody, you know, we're in the black neighborhood. This same place had a headquarters in East Prairie, Missouri, but in the white neighborhood, they didn't have all them security things that they got there where, you know, you see how the thing is shut down, like as if the blacks, we gonna break into it over here on the west side of town. Another good old boy system, you know, police and sheriffs, judges, all of them work hand in hand with them. You know, I'm gonna show you something else. But blacks, let me tell you another thing. Blacks used to be a whole bunch of blacks working for them, but now that they done built up all that ground, you just see this gravel. It was gravel at first, but you see it's paved in. They done fixed it up. But by it being in the black neighborhood, you see how they got it. Banks don't even have what these people have here. You know, don't nothing else in here have security like they have there. I'm gonna show you something else with the good old boy system. This is another one of the good old boy systems. This is the CFI Wind Center. It used to be Lincoln School, where the only place blacks could go to school because the whites in Charleston, Missouri didn't want blacks and whites going to the same school until 1961, until a family by the name of Davis, which is Annie Davis, which was the mother of Barbara and Johnny Davis, by they been juveniles, youths, she had to file for them. But in 1961, the courts ruled that it was unconstitutional what the Charleston R1 school district, which was then the Charleston Consolidated School number 7, was doing. But the blacks that work in this place here, you know, all of them, 90% of them, if not all of them, they was working with the Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center, but they done broke up now. So you got the black good old boy system here, and then you got the white good old boy system in all the other places that I showed y'all. But I'm gonna show you some more in a minute. Now this is one of the last part of the good old boy system I wanted to just show y'all. Charleston R1 School District here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. I believe this is to be their administration building here, where the administrators be at. And you have people that run for school boards. You have blacks on the school board. You have blacks in some of these, all these places that I just named, the good old boy system. But don't none of them stand up against what the good old boys is doing. The injustice. You seen me fighting against the dollar store. Me going up against the courts. Me going up against some of these multi-million-dollar corporations for discrimination. Don't nobody get involved. But one thing about it, when you have the knowledge, God will show you which way to go. The good old boy system one day gonna come down. Those of you all that's voting, vote for Bernie Sanders for president. And later I'll tell you about it. Peace be still.